Hello everyone, welcome back to another The Business video. I'm your host today, Emres. Um, you might know me from all the other videos. You might have seen our last video that no one has seen, about rating Overwatch toes that has no audio. I'm not deleting it because I think it's funny, but I did spend like 90 minutes explaining my choices and they didn't end up there. So that's kind of annoying. But today we're going to be talking about my banger story idea, my idea for story. If I was a writer or a movie maker, this is what it would be. It's called Pulse. Like, I'm the greatest drawer ever. Pulse. There we go. And now what Pulse is about, it's about sort of gods and angels and stuff. So I'm gonna explain it, and I'm gonna use Google Paint to draw it. So we start out at like a school, right? Oh, hang on. Okay, we start out at like a school, pretty much. That's the school. That's not a well. That's too slanted. It should be like that, right? How do you draw it? Oh my god. I'm trying to think how I'm meant to draw this. Okay. So we have this school. This is the school. And our main character, he's here, like at the top. And he's lying down in this building. So our main character, what he wants is he wants superpowers really bad. He wants to be able to use superpowers. And he's like praying to the gods. He's like going, how do I draw a prayer? Imagine this is their hands. All right. So he's praying to the gods. He's going, please, please, please give me superpowers. And the gods, they don't care about him pretty much. So they're just kind of like they don't care. So what he does is he goes back to his goes back to his house. That's his house. And he goes in. That's him entering. So he goes into the house, right? Now, his dad has this funky book, okay? His dad has this, like, funky looking book. Uh, has, like, a bunch of pages. And on it is just a little symbol. It's just wings. Imagine that's wings. I know I'm great at drawing. So that's the book, right? And the book is in a language he can't understand. Now his dad is dead, and his mom is also dead. He lives alone. He's 18. He lives alone, but he's at like the end of high school. So, well, no, he's 16, but he does live alone anyways. Because the government just doesn't care. Now he's going through this book, and he sees the drawings of these like angel figures, right? And one catches his eye. It's this girl. She's blonde. That's her. I don't know what type of legs I'm drawing. Hang on. That's her. That's her. Sheesh. And she's blonde, okay? Now he sees her, right? And over the next few nights when he sleeps, he tries to call out to her. I don't know why. He just kind of feels like it, to be honest with you. I don't know what I just drew. So he starts to call out to her. Then one day he's back at his roof, of the school. Man, I gotta redraw. He's back at the school. He's on the roof. And he puts out his hand. Like so. And he goes, he says, pulse. Now, he's like me. I do this every couple of nights, because I wish I had superpowers. But when he does it, like a pulse wave goes out in front of him. Now, this pulse wave is a sign of his contract with with an angel, the blonde angel. So he starts getting better and better at with his like abilities, and he gets to the point where he can like, you know, sort of levitate. He's able to here. That's the ground. He's able to levitate because he's able to do constant tiny little pulses on his feet. He's able to bounce around the skies pretty much, and someone contacts him. He's right here, and someone walks up to him. They go, "Hey, I'm from the agency." Well, yeah, they say, "I'm from the agency." And this dude's wondering, man, what the hell are you talking about, right? Now, what the agency is there are a bunch of humans who have contracted with angels and demons alike. Both of them. So there's a school, a new school. This school houses. This is the school. The school houses demons and angels. Or not demons and angels. Humans who have made contracts with the demons and angels. Right? So, he goes to this school, and he pretty much just wants to have fun. He's constantly just like bouncing off the walls. That's the wall. He's just on the walls while everyone else is down here. Right? They're just kind of like jumping around. He's on the walls. He's going off. And he starts to learn more and more about the angel he made a contract with. So he's sitting down, and the angel girl descends from the heavens, and she's like, "Yo, I'm the angel that chose you," right? Now this dude's wondering, you know, why me? Because all the angels choose which humans to make a contract with, and she just kind of says, "'Cause I thought it would be cool." She just said, I don't know, I just wanted to. That's pretty much it. She just thinks he was interesting. So he starts to become more and more prominent at the school. But the thing is, you can't leave the school pretty much. You can't go out into the world. You can't do anything. You're stuck. So one day he decides, I don't like it here. I want to go back out into the world. He looks like he looks like this. He's angry. But the other students don't let him. Now there's this one other student, and he's very angry. This kid is the strongest student in the school. He has a contract with another angel, just some other like lame angel that no one cares about. Some other, yeah. It's just some girl angel. But yeah. So he has a contract with her. And this dude's like his rival that he just doesn't like pretty much, because he's always goofing off in class. This kid's always like really paying attention. But eventually they decide they fight it out, right? Because he's trying to leave, and this other kid knows he's trying to leave, so he tries to stop him. So pretty much they have a brawl to settle it all. He's like this. The other kid's like this. You know, he's got his arms out. He's throwing hands. They're both trying to like beat each other up. You know, I can't even demonstrate this properly, but because of my awful drawing skills. But he's like bouncing off the walls and shit, and he's like bouncing off like air wall. Okay, next my ears just start ringing. He's like bouncing off like air walls and stuff, and he, hang on. There. Okay. I don't know. Okay. So he is crowned. He wins, pretty much. That's the thing. He wins. That's a crown. He wins the fight, and he tries to leave the school, right? But this time, he's stopped by the principal, right? And now he's trained for a while now. He's gotten really close with like his angel and everything. They're good friends. And here's what happens. This is the anger principal. They start fighting it out. Now, this principal is the strongest contractor in the world. And that's why he's the head of the school. So they start fighting, right? There's like pulse waves everywhere, right? There's booms, explosions, and they're fighting it out. Now, our main character starts losing, but he has a secret weapon. He gets an awakening. Now, what the awakening does is pretty much it sort of connects you further to your angel and allows them to appear behind you, kind of like a stand in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Right, the angel's like up here or whatever, right? That's the angel. And like their eye starts like glowing and everything. And this allows them to start beating up the other dude. Right? So he starts fighting the principal, right? I don't know why I drew him like that. He starts fighting the principal, but this time he loses, right? So he's very sad. He didn't like that he lost. So a little bit passes, and this time he thinks he's discovered a way to beat him. This time, when they fight it out, what happens is, the main character's angel transforms into a demon, right? Now, angels haven't really done this before, but it's like been theorized that they can. So this time his other eye starts glowing, which represents like the demon part, and the angel is more like for defense, and the demon is more like for attack. So he's constantly switching back and forth between the two zones until eventually he beats the principal a little bit. But the principal awakens too. Now the principal's awakening doesn't matter though, pretty much, because the main character still clears him. He still wins. So now what happens is, the dude's angel is pissed, right? So imagine that this is the dude's angel now. I'll put a halo above him. So they start fighting, right? Boom, boom, boom. They start fighting. But he loses again, right? So he's back at square one, pretty much. Except now this angel is out to get him. So he's sort of like on the run. And this time a demon appears in front of him, right? Now this demon, hang on. This is the demon, right? They also have wings, but their wings are black. This demon is the sister of the angel that he originally contracted with. Now, normally people don't have two contracts, but he makes the second contract. So now he has the demon and the angel. So he goes to fight the angel that he just lost against, right? And this time he is double awake. He's double awakened, and he completely destroys the other dude, and he kills the angel. Now, once the angel is killed, God himself, or not even God, God's like little messenger dude comes down from heaven. Yeah, he looks like that, and he sends the holy lance through his heart. Now, the main character doesn't want to die, but he dies anyways. Okay? So main character is dead now. And when main character dies, most of the time when you die in this universe, you get sent to hell. But this dude, the main character, he just ends up in like Death's domain. Like Death herself, he's just kind of chilling with her, right? That's her. And he's just kind of chilling with Death. Now, he wants to learn how to be immortal pretty much. So, him and her, they just kind of like chill together for like 2 years or so. After 2 years, one of the people from the school comes and they say, like, you have to come back. One of his like friends. So he leaves Death without learning immortality, and he goes back to the human world. Now he doesn't have either of his, he doesn't go back to the human world. Actually, sorry, I messed up. He doesn't have either of his angels, but he makes a dimensional rift and he enters into hell. Now he battles through hell until he eventually meets his friend again, right? The demon that he contracted with. Now they meet back up, right? So they go back to Earth, and the angel is still locked up. But then the Lord of Hell shows up. The Lord of Hell is like this, and he's really angry. Now the main character is super weak. He's not able to use the demon's powers right now. Because of the holy lance that went through him, he's not able to use it. Now, the demon lord has shown up, and he has Death with him. And Death is like sort of just on the ground because Death is dying, right? And the demon lord threatens to kill Death unless he returns the angel, or the demon that he has. And he's like, no. So then Death dies. So he gets really upset, and what he does... So hang on. She's dead. Oops. Oopsie. She's dead. So he's really upset now, and what he does is because of the little hole in his heart, he summons the Holy Lance that that hit him before. He made like a contract with it when it entered into him. Now his demon transforms into an angel, kind of like how the angel transformed before. Now he picks up the Holy Lance, right? And he spears it through the demon lord. Then he starts dragging slowly the demon lord's body until now Death's body is gone. It faded away until he's in this like undo. He's in like this magic circle, right? And Demon's like, wait, don't kill me. And the dude goes, no, I need Death back, because he put him in the circle because he's trying to make a contract with Death. So he resummons the Holy Lance, sticks it right through him into the thing, and now he uses him as a sacrifice to make a contract with Death. Now this has never been done before, but it was recorded previously that they are able to that you can make contracts with angels and demons using sacrifices. It's just never been done to this like scale. And the reason he's able to do it with Death is because he does it with someone so strong like him. Now that he's made a contract with Death, his lifespan is sort of starting to reduce, right? It's sort of dropping because he's been using too much energy. He's been using the Holy Lance. So he decides, like, I'm gonna go up to heaven and I gotta save my angel friend. So he goes up to heaven itself. He walks up the flights of stairs, right? And he goes Doot, 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 doot. And now, and now he's up at heaven, right? So, now that he's up at heaven, he fights through all the crowds with, like, this Grim Reaper-esque person behind him. It's not Death. Death is, like, it feels like Death is still gone, pretty much. So that's his, like, scythe or whatever, and there's, like, a Grim Reaper thing holding it. Right? And he fights through the giant horde until he reunites with his, like, angel friend. Now, this is when all the angels he's killed up until this point combine with, like, God, and he has one final fight with, like, this, like, amalgamation of all the creatures. And he awakens his demon, and he awakens the angel, and then Death's, like, scythe, like, that's how you draw a scythe? Yeah, sort of. Death, like, scythe shows up, and they just kind of, like, brawl it out, right? He's, like, but the amalgamation can't really hit him. He's, like, pulsing around, and then eventually the Reaper slices him in half, and even though his lifespan was reducing, he's immortal due to his. Okay, well, Death shows up, and she's like, "Hey, you did it, right? I'll teach you how to be immortal." So she makes him immortal, but in the process, she disappears. Now she says that he can stop being immortal if he snaps his fingers, pretty much. And then he and the angel and the demon just kind of, like, fall back to Earth, and it ends with them, like, crash landing on Earth into, like, Central Park. So that's my banger story. It has weird pacing. It was better in my head, but I mean, if I actually had time to map it out properly and make a movie out of it, I would. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.